All right, thanks, Steve. And new at 6, recent rains have caused some Playa lakes in Amarillo to overflow into residents' properties. Those affected say they're concerned that new housing developments are causing the lake's tendency to flood due to increased runoff. Tonight, we're digging deeper. ABC 7's Adria Arejita spoke with city officials and developers about the problem, and she joins us now with the latest. Adria?
Good evening, Larry. Residents living near Playa Lake 7, located on Sonsi and 77th, are dealing with flooded out properties. City officials say that this year's flood levels are unprecedented and that these areas would normally not be flooded out so badly, but they say they're working on a long-term solution to lessen the risk in the future. Residents like Kenny Puckett are concerned about rising flood levels.
And they just keep building all this stuff and it keeps draining down on us. We're in the center of the bowl. It's just not good.
Puckett is one of several residents concerned that the problem is being caused by runoff from new developments like greenways. City officials say all new developments near Playa Lake 7 are in compliance with FEMA's flood zone regulations.
You can develop around a flood zone area. It's just once you actually build inside the flood zone, then you're looking, at different kind of issues.
Sometimes that does put existing people at risk that had built before some of the ordinances were in places, before some of the new maps were there.
As for who's responsible for clearing out the flooded properties, city officials say since they fall outside city limits, the distinction becomes unclear.
You have a lot of different entities involved in that because you have the private properties, you have the city, you have the county, so there's a combination of a whole bunch of people involved.
City Planning Director Kelly Shaw says because of this, the city can't go in and pump water out of the Playa Lake to alleviate the problem.
The majority of the Playa Lakes are the flood zone areas we don't own. They're privately owned, so we don't really have the right to go in there and make improvements.
Greenways developer Eddie Scott says his team did environmental impact studies before building, but that the rain created higher water levels than they expected.
These rains the last year have been kind of a surprise to all of us too. So who knows? That's why you do long-range studies, and that's why you plan for possibly pumping it sometime. So yeah, that's all been done.
And as far as the solution to that problem, the city says they are looking at long-term solutions, but that's all still in the very early stages and would come at a very expensive cost. Reporting from the Kennedy Broadcast Center, Adria Arejita, ABC 7 News.